It's Tuesday night tournaments with me and possibly Karen. To me, anything's possible. First tournament is a 5-round tournament of 5 minutes. Then we're having a Karen approved 3-minute
I was
tournament.
trying not to even get any notes.
Yeah,
I was just looking at the lights.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll come back in a little bit.
Yeah, I said maybe Karen in parenthetical.
Yeah, I'm working.
There's food if you want that taco.
Oh, I'm good.
But it's Taco Tuesday.
All right, I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else?
Let me know how Archer does.
I'm about to make a sweep through
Yeah.
there. And then our tournaments are at least now uploaded, so I'll just keep checking those.
Yeah.
You too.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. Change the board today because I like to change the board every day for confusion. Yeah, Karen said it was good. Yeah. We're having our month-long night tonight, Tuesday night, and we have 34 players, and about 7 players took half-point buys. And Archer's playing somebody 100 points higher rated. Archer decided to play in the under 2,000 section of the World Open instead of the under 1,800 to challenge himself. Yeah. To read her Discord? No, I don't know that she has Discord. It must be the Chess Center's Discord. Yeah, I mean, she's busy, so she'll read stuff when she gets to it. But yeah, thanks for asking. Yeah. And so forth. Yeah, so here's the thing. All right, get in that tournament. Something. The storm is coming. Is it Stormin' Norman? Did he die? Norman Schwarzkopf? I think he died, right? Hey Siri, is Norman Schwarzkopf alive? I don't think he is.
Norman Schwarzkopf Jr. was born August 22nd, 1930.
Damn, he died 9 years ago. Somebody said you have to look at your Discord. It's very important.
Me?
Yeah, and then I started laughing.
Oh, I haven't been on there in a few days.
Yeah, this guy.
What?
Yeah. If you donate a lot, then we'll take it more seriously. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check Discord. Discord. I'm busy.
Yeah, I told
But
him.
oh yeah, so the game with Bowler, Archer and playing Bowler.
Yeah.
Yeah, they each have a rook and bishop. I forgot to look to see if it was opposite or same. And then Archer has 3 pawns. He has 4 pawns.
Bowler has 4?
Yeah.
Same side or all sides?
Yeah, they have one. They each have one on the king side, and they're both on the same file.
And then 3-2 on the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's getting his king going, Bowler.
Mm-hmm. Go Archer.
That's all I know.
Yeah, Bowler is 100 points higher rated.
Yeah.
200 centidues. He gave 200 centidues, so you'd read the Discord.
Yeah, I'm gonna go read it right now.
Yeah, you 200 centidues. There you go. $2. It makes Karen read her Discord. Do you think that booby streamers are unethical? What's a booby streamer? Sounds good. Yeah. I can't think whether they're ethical or not because I don't know what that is. Sounds good though. That's for sure. Let's see. Let's do this. I heard those are the breast streamers of them all. Yeah. Is this thing on? No. Lost in Hollywood subscribed. Hooray! All right. The tournament starts in 10 minutes. It's a 5-minute tournament of 5 rounds. And then we have a 3-minute tournament that's an arena tournament that's 90 minutes. And that will end at 10 minutes to 11. And then I'll stream some more talking nonsense. So the last 35, 40 minutes of this stream will just be me talking nonsense. Because I like doing that. No spam, but I like spamming. The bosomy streamers. Are you saying that some streamers that have big bosoms should get breast reduction before they stream? Is that what you're saying? I think that matters. Yeah, I'll definitely talk nonsense during the tournament. Yeah, that's what I do. Let's see, Chess Weeb, Chess Dojo, Ali Reza Faruja. All the best streamers are on. I think you can get vegan spam. You can get vegan anything. Why do I have no viewers? Is it wrong? 73 viewers and I've been streaming for 6 minutes? That's not good even for me. Is it because of the NBA playoffs? Hope not. Rather watch the NBA playoffs than me? Yeah. Oh, cheesy driver. That's all that matters. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, religion is just for stupid people. And people who are insane. Probably more insane than stupid, but a little mix of both. Yeah. Actually, there's 3 kinds of religious people: insane, stupid, and brainwashed. And some of them are all 3. Oh. Man, being all 3 is tough. All right. Ooh, DTO Poker is playing. Hey, DTO Poker, I wanted to ask you something. As you know, Dan Smith won like 270K today from MJ Gonzalez. So my question is, although maybe you don't want to answer it, is Dan Smith much better? Because I didn't think he played heads-up cash games. Or is it just a small sample size? Or since you're German, you just think they're both horrible, so it doesn't matter. That's my guess. Curious Chimpanzee gave 200 centidues. Hooray! Dankle16 gifted a sub. Hooray, the train. Let's see. Trying to learn. I'll bet on Dan's side. Now, when you say you'll bet on Dan's side, do you have a good idea of how good they are? And so you're very confident? Am I right that Dan Smith doesn't play heads-up cash games ever? Or am I wrong? I thought he plays like multi-table tournaments. 200 centidues, knife F5. Yeah. Also, Dan Smith is about 2,100 at chess. My friend Aviv, who I talk about a lot in New Jersey, because that's where Dan was, he knew Dan Smith as a chess player before he played poker. Like a long time ago. A long time ago. Yeah, let's see. I never heard of MJ Gonzalez, and then he wanted to get chess lessons on my stream, and then nothing happened, and I said, are you too busy? He said, oh, no, I'm going to do it, and then that was it. So twice he told me he's ready for lessons, and then he just never did it. He's too busy losing hundreds of thousands. So that does keep you busy. And then the other guy, Olivier Bousquet, he donated for 2 lectures on Wednesday nights. The previous one was something. It was on the French Taresh. And then tomorrow's is in the King's Indian. And then if you go to Twitter or Discord or our website, atlchessclub.com, you'll see information on how to sign up. Yeah, it's atlchessclub.com/events. Dan is good at poker. His network is better than MJ's. His network? Cool. But I did collaborate with Kakaru, and we played a match against Chess Bros. So yeah. Do I get my shirts tailor-made for me? I mean, obviously. He's not good at that. Yeah. Hey, let me ask you a question, Dominic. Now, you might not know the answer, but you probably think you know the answer, so that's good enough. That's better than me thinking I know the answer. Phil Hellmuth, does he know anything about poker developments in the last 10 years? Or is he just playing poker like he did 30 years ago? See, my assumption is he knows about that stuff, but he thinks it doesn't matter. But I don't know. Maybe he's just playing a character, and he knows all kinds of stuff. I just assume that he doesn't know anything and doesn't care. That's my assumption. Who knows? Yeah. Yeah, it could be he knows a lot about the recent theory and such, and he tries to play well. And it could be that he's like, that's stupid. Like I did 30 years ago. Yeah. So he's an actor first and a poker player second. Yay. NWT Chris subscribed. Right. Helmuth is very emotional, but how much of it is 100% real and how much is he faking? Seems like it's real because he gets pretty upset about nothing. I've never seen Dirk get upset when he loses a $500,000 pot, but I've seen Phil Hellmuth get mad when like nothing happened. He gets mad at everything. So I don't know if he's kidding or not. It seems like he's always mad. So I don't know. Even when he's winning, he seems mad. He's furious. I only know one thing about Phil Hellmuth, like that I'm sure about, is he's very, very tall. That's all I know. I don't know anything else, just that he's very, very tall. I don't know what the video series will be about. The videos are made. They just need thumbnails and end cards and somebody to... Probably over the next 4 days, all 5 videos will come out. That's my guess. And then there'll be 5 per week. And I don't know when they're coming out because that's for the video people to do. The videos are made. They just need to be, stuff has to happen. We have a lot of stuff going on. $501 centidues. No, we're going to die on level 2 unless somebody gives 2 or 3 subs. No, 10 seconds or 1,000 centidues. It's our only hope. I think we lost hope. Yeah, the first trains usually die pretty quickly. Yay. Big Money Boy tried, but he failed miserably. The lesson is never try. But it's the same. 5 subs is 5 subs. It doesn't matter when he gives them. So thank you. No, that's fine. Yeah. I would think that DTO poker stuff is too complicated for a beginning poker player. Am I wrong? That would be my opinion. I think you should play some poker first before you start doing the DTO. He said he's 1,500. Okay, when someone says they're 1,500, Dominic, it means they're 800 in poker. Come on, you know that. He's either 800 or 2,100. Those are the only options. He's not 1,500. Yeah, Zoom classes are going well. You can sponsor a Zoom class, and you can also sponsor the lectures, the new lectures I'm doing. 1,500 on Lichess. I thought he meant he was 1,500 at poker. Now I'm confused. Tiny Tofi gifted a sub. Hooray. 1,500, but American. Oh, snap. Hey, Dominic, does every European poker player think every American poker player is bad? Or is it just like 90% of you guys? And so forth. Yes, yeah, that's what I thought. Dan Harrington was good. And who's that tall guy who gets bad publicity because Eric Seidel? Who's taller, Eric Seidel or Phil Hellmuth? Does anybody know? I want a serious answer because I don't know who's taller. I want tall players only. You literally don't care who's taller. Okay, you have to join the tournament in the next 6 seconds, or you could join late. Either way is good. All right, we start. I'm playing Trying to Learn. Hooray. All right, there's 38 players. That's not a lot. Let's see. C6. He literally doesn't care. Yeah, it's Farnsley. Let's see. Who are the higher rated players? Sailor, and that's it. All right. Trying to Learn is 1264. I don't know where you got 1300 from. Crazy. It's Karen. I'm playing Trying to Learn in the first round.
Ah. I'm gonna borrow this for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bob Schiffoni thought, like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, he thought Omaha was going to overtake Texas Hold'em as the main game. He said Pot Lemon Omaha is just a better game, he said. But that didn't happen. It's hard to find Pot Lemon Omaha on television. But yeah. I mean, I think it's not going to ever take over because it's too hard for beginners to even understand. So, you want something simple, rules-wise, if you want to get it super popular. Even if it is a better game, it's not, that doesn't matter. Let's see, why am I worse and such? I don't want to be worse. Let's see, I don't know. They're PLO too hard. Still theory. Yay, Trying to Learn loves blocked positional games. That's his favorite. Where there's no sacrificing of any kind. Although he is playing better than me, but that's not the point. I'm not the one on trial here. I've never played PLO. I've watched PLO. And I've played a lot of Hold'em. So I have no opinion on the matter because I don't know. Well, he did sacrifice material, so that's good. So if I take with the knight and then the bishop, I give up e6. If I take with the bishop and the knight, he plays bishop b4, which is barely annoying, but all right. There is luck in chess, but it's actually hard for me to explain it. I've explained it before, but there is luck in chess. Let me give you an example. Let's say a 2000 is playing a 2200 in a slow game. And let's say the night before, the 2000 was analyzing this one variation. And then when he analyzes variations in an opening, he doesn't remember them. He might remember them that day or the next day. And then the next day, he plays a rated game with a 2200, and the guy goes into that variation. And the 2000 wins easily because he knows everything. It was lucky the guy did that. If he didn't do that, he probably wouldn't have done as well. And if it didn't happen that day, he probably wouldn't remember it later. And I've had stuff happen to me like that, the other way around. I had... there was a game, there was an opening I played with black, and there was a game between I can't think of the Dutch Grandmaster's name. I'll think of it, but Kasparov was black. You guys haven't heard of the Dutch Grandmaster because he's not one of the famous ones. But anyway, I'll think of it eventually. And they played a game on a Friday in some GM tournament, and the guy played a line I didn't know with white, and that's the line I played black. And Kasparov played a novelty and destroyed the guy. And then the next day, I played like a 1900, 2000 in the first round. I think it was 2000. And he played the line that guy played. He didn't know the Kasparov game because it just happened. But I did. I crushed that guy. And if I didn't know the Kasparov game, I would have sat there every move confused in the opening. And I wouldn't have played as well as Kasparov. So that was just lucky that, the timing of that. Yeah, I should have played e6 there. I hate being worse and lost every game. But somebody has to do it. Always play bishop f8. What's the guy's name? Man, I can't think of the guy's name. I don't think you guys have heard of him, so you guys can't guess. No, I don't think Benjamin Bach was born during this game. Yeah. Berserk.com subscribed. Hooray. What's the guy's name? You never heard of him, so you can't name people you've heard of. Then that's wrong. QED. Man, I have no idea. He's not super high rated. He's probably 2580 FIDE. He's not one of the top 5 or 6 Dutch players. Wow, that's an interesting sacrifice. I mean, he played well that game, and then he didn't. But he did. Yeah, I don't know the guy's name. Huh. Go to the internet and look it up. Man, I don't even see his name. He hasn't played in a long time. I'll look again because I'll recognize his name if I see it. Let's see. What do you do? F4? All right. Let me see if I can find his name. Dmitry Reinderman. He's 2596. Wow. Yeah, so Reinderman Kasparov. I mean, it was over 20 years ago. I mean, it's probably 25 years ago. 1999. That's 22 years ago. Yeah. Dmitry Reinderman. Yeah. Let's see. Paste. Yeah, there's the game that I was talking about. Yeah, the day after that game was played, I won a game in the same variation. Yeah, Kasparov was winning right away, and then he won the game without a lot of difficulty. Yeah. Yeah, I found the game. When's the Chicago Open? It's the 26th of May to June 1st. Kasparov versus the world is basically Kasparov versus Irina Krush. And I think the one move they didn't play that Irina told them to play was terrible. They should have played what Irina said. Okay, there's 43 players. Hooray. Yeah, that's me and Spencer. No. See, whose turn is it? Mine? All right. Will dices be implemented? Man, dices. I mean, it's not called dices, and no. And then you spelled Irina wrong. Ugh. Man, everybody spelled Irina wrong. That's funny. Spelled Crush right, but not Irina. Terrible. The Ukraine is weak. Yeah. Poker is 90% psychology, 10% luck. Sounds like somebody who loses a lot. I should have some forced win here, but I can only win by farce. I never win by force. All right, might not see that. Then I can schmooze for 8 minutes. No, boo. My position's bad and I should feel bad. Maybe he won't see that. Damn. He sees everything. It's Karen.
I'm coming. I gotta check the tournament people and return this
What's
book.
that book?
It's just somebody lost the book.
Is Archer still playing?
I'm gonna check on all that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
Yeah?
see what's going on.
What's going on? Said Brian the dog. I have the two bishops, but do I have the what else? That is the question. Man, I don't have two bishops anymore either. Darn. Let's see, he'll probably play knight d6, hanging mate. That's what I would do. Always hang mate. Darn. Oh, I was going to play d6 if he didn't play something to d6, but I forgot. Oh well. I guess I'll do it now, or should I play this winning material? I guess this is better, technically. Man, I have a lot of space. He has the first rank pretty well defended, though, so I'll give him that. It's pandemonium. Push it real good. I got 2 passed pawns, 1 for each of you. Let's see. There, carry the 1. You lost?
And find some berries.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 45 minute game.
Mm-hmm.
So he felt like he hung in there.
Mm-hmm. Guess I should take this. Watching the news, Family Guy. Oh, Spencer likes it. It was on 2 days ago, but I didn't watch it. He said it's great. And he's been complaining a lot about Family Guy.
Oh, yeah.
So if he says it's great, then something. All right, what's happening here?
I can't see the chat. I
Uh,
can't stay on but a second because I gotta go check.
okay, I have mate in
Rent
1.
tournament.
Can you find it?
Uh,
There's only one answer.
mate in one.
Mm-hmm.
What's really one?
Only one answer.
Oh, okay. Queen F8.
That's right. Good. Always bet on the black squares, even when they're blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's Karen.
I did it.
Karen's analysis is top shelf.
Mm-hmm. Man, what a day. What a 3 days I've had. Not a happy 3 days. You're about to lose to Ben?
Yeah, McKnight's, that's one of my favorite ones. I got 2 queens, 1 for each of you. You, music lover. It's a nocturne. A what? A nocturne. You know, Frederick fucking Chopin. Before that, the guy said, is that Stephen Foster? Stephen friggin' Foster. No, that's a nocturne. And for the movie,
Hey, Aiden.
Val Kilmer, who can't play the piano,
Aridas.
learned how to play that piece. So he could only play that. He did it for like 6 months and then he played it.
VCDJ88.
Chuck D4
How's
LOL.
it going?
Okay, now for $1 trillion,
Okay.
what group is Chuck D the head of? Just Chuck D.
Chuck D.
Mhm.
It's
Not to be confused with Mike D.
Oh, I was
Don't
about to
con-
say one of those
Don't,
80s.
don't confuse it with Mike D. Chuck D.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll give you the other members of the band to help, but I
Alright.
can't give you the $1 trillion. Terminator X, and now the one that'll give it away, Flavor Flav.
I forgot the name of it.
Ugh.
Flock of.
No, Public Enemy,
yeah.
not Flock. BB Timeless subscribed.
I don't
Yeah.
really know. Why is it not open to join right
Probably
now?
because we've played 2 rounds out of 5, so it won't let you.
Hey, I think I know you.
Me?
Akadim Sadeh.
Who?
That sounds like
Hmm.
little Aiden maybe,
Yeah,
with a different name.
right. AK. Yeah.
Reveal yourself.
Yeah, it's probably like AK, like Ace King. Flavor Flav's good because you always know what time it is when you're near him. Yeah. Don't understand subscription? It's not the only thing you don't understand. Thaddeus gifted a sub. Hooray.
I'm not gonna rate all the ladies.
You're not going to rate Jennifer Lawrence?
I don't
Does
wanna
he
rate
mean how she looks or how she acts?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not in the mood.
Thanks, Thaddeus. Play a game, please. And so on. He's a noob. Dr. Kill Patient says hi. Rate Ben 1 out of 2,112,502,000,000. I made a mistake. I was just guessing it was that, but it wasn't. I guess, is it 211 billion, 251 million, 265,126?
It streams quieter because we have a tournament going on right now, so we're both trying not to yell out.
You think you mean how she looks? You're not sure? What?
Yeah, she looks pretty good. She's an actress.
You didn't get a round 2 game? Yeah, the truth hurts. So you would have 1 out of 2, and you had a bye. I mean, if you had a bye in round 2, if you lost round 1 and you're rated under 1,000, you probably got a bye. I mean, probably. Otherwise, then I don't know.
Ben, when can we expect a hot tub stream with you?
I already did a few. Oh yeah, that's pretty funny. I played a guy named Harry Kane, who's a famous soccer player, and I said he plays for the Tottenham, and they were like, yeah. And then yesterday he said he wanted to be traded. He doesn't want to play for Tottenham anymore. We're just talking about him because he was his name. Who would have thought you just talk about Harry Kane, your favorite soccer player, and then he's like, oh, I want out.
Ben's looking really
And
fresh.
I confused Harry Kane with Friedel because Friedel's an American who's a goalkeeper, and Josh Friedel is an American GM. So I always thought that was funny. I probably shouldn't confuse those two because that doesn't make any sense. No.
Karen, what's the secret? How many people playing in the tournament? Probably 35.
Super
Tonight.
Mandarin.
It's not
Subscribe, thank you.
not our biggest on a weekday night.
Do you mean the tournament here, or you mean this Blitz tournament?
I think they mean the one here.
If you mean the Blitz tournament, it's 43. We have like 40 players in the tournament, but many have buys this round because they can't show up. You won in round 1, then you should have been paired in round 2. So I have no idea. It's either a mistake on your part, or maybe chess.com kicked you out. I have no idea. Yeah, if you won round 1, there's no way you're not playing round 2. So something funny happened. Like Rita Rudner funny, right?
Maybe. I'll have to go in a second. And then I shall return.
Oh, it's my move? I'm waiting for him to move. I'm good at chess. How funny. Rita Rudner funny. Yeah. Really? Oh, thank you. Cartoons. Play worse on chess.com than Lee Chess. That's not what's happening. If there's something wrong with Bart, it's that he's too much of a perfectionist. That's what Milhouse said to Bart. That's what he was like doing something dastardly, and he was like, I gotta get this just right. He made the lines in the parking lot and the teachers so that you couldn't open your doors because the cars were too close. Then he just started laughing. Nobody could get out. It was funny. Let's see. I take you, you take
Do people
me.
I guess it's fun for people to see the room. They see more of us too.
Archibald Dolo
For better or worse.
subscribed. Thank you. The more you subscribe, the more subs we have.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff clumped together. I agree.
Why don't I have a winning trick here? I'll start with this, because then, What do you call 100 dead lawyers at the bottom of the sea? A good start. What do you call a lawyer with a 70 IQ?
I don't know.
Your Honor.
Hey, Squirrel Guts. All right. What did they say?
He said my belt's over my shirt, even though it's not. So he's banned. You know who else is banned? This guy. Say, look, he played G3. Banned.
You know why he said that was because the pants are a very similar color
It's true.
to the shirt.
Anyway, people just get banned a lot.
No,
Not a good move.
maybe he
Yeah,
was just trying to be helpful.
doesn't matter. Banned. Archibaldolo gifted a sub. Hooray.
All right.
He resigned after he took back. All right. Ooh, trying to learn. Ooh, DTO poker. Let's see, he's black.
I'm glad to finally get to rate the tournaments. You guys don't understand how hard it is to work with U.S. chess sometimes.
What'd I do?
No, I was just saying that chat doesn't even understand. It's very difficult to work with U.S. chess sometimes because of their website being so horrible. It's very difficult to rate a tournament. Very,
And
very
you will
difficult.
know.
I did my best not to get mad.
Let's see. Let's see if the tournaments were rated.
I know.
Let's see. Kasparov Topalov, also good.
Does Atlanta have good coffee? Thank you, demonic giraffe.
Huh. What do you say?
Well, Slow Time Traveler. It's funny you'd mention that. So I was trying to train Taisha on how to rate the tournaments, and we got an error while trying to upload our data. So 2 emails.
Nothing's been rated. Man,
Yeah. A
terrible.
couple of phone calls later, come to find out that was a different bug we hit. New tournament directors can't rate tournaments, and they've been trying to find the bug for a week and a half.
Where'd White's pieces go?
It's not that hard. I used to program.
I hit a bug once and I cried for a week because I'm a vegan.
Anyway, we supposedly are caught up now. Man.
Are bugs not vegan? Depends. Smart genius, yes. I went to clown college and then barber college. And that's a good move except for one thing. That's the one thing. Now he resigns.
Hey, Bobhead, I bet you could do some bug finding. I believe in you after our Discord exchange.
What's his name? Bobhead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a famous porn star's name.
Yeah?
No.
Oh. You know what Holden's... Can I say what his name is on...
Discord? I wouldn't do that.
Oh, yeah, I shouldn't do that. But it's something got the word head in it.
Mm. Hopefully it's 5 head.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
No, I did not see Minley singing WAP. What?
I'm me, and I'm taking this seriously.
He really did?
What? Who did
No.
what?
Drainer.
What was George's name that he'd always say he was a porn star? This would be his name. George Costanza.
I'm trying to think. I forgot.
Buck Naked.
Oh, yeah.
Slow Time Traveler gifted a sub to the
I'm
Rock.
from Alabama.
Hooray.
Hamster of Dark.
You have quite the southern drawl. No, not Buck Nasty. Buck Nasty is from the Chappelle Show. He's in the Play Hate His Ball. Hate, 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 hate.
Oh, yeah, Art Vandelay. Another funny name.
Mm-hmm. What about Pennypacker? Hey, 840 viewers. We'll be on Chess TV in 15 minutes. Cole Adamson gifted a sub. Hooray. Hank Azaria or Phil Hartman? I don't know. They're both like geniuses. Hank Azaria is alive, but yeah. I mean, Hank Azaria does more voices. Phil Hartman's like super funny though, so I don't know. I guess I'll pick Phil Hartman. But yeah, R.I.P.
All right, I shall return.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, phones. I'm surprised it wasn't rated yet. I'm barely surprised. Like I'm barely a grandmaster. Oh well. Who am I playing? Living Color. And they're from the Netherlands. Let's see, we got 4 players with 3 out of 3. Queen's Gambit, just like the movie. In Living Color. Living Color does sing Cult of Personality. Yep. I'm the cult of personality. Yeah, I am the cult of personality. That's not what your country can do for you. Never play F3, and I never did. Yay, I have the best pawn structure. The best, Jerry, the best. But at least my bishop isn't shallow and pedantic. Dun, 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 dun. Threaten my pawn. What did I ever do to you? I don't know. King here. Activate your king. Recommended by Steinitz. Although look what happened to him. I went to Steinitz's grave in New York. Oh yeah, he has queen here check. I can't believe I'm getting checked. This is terrible. I've never been checked. Damn. He's got so much attack with his queen. What can I do? Man, Barack Obama, that's more typos than atoms in the universe. Man, I've never seen so many typos. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. It wasn't The Rock. It was Barack Obama. When the moon hits your eye, that's annoying. That's annoying. My plan isn't very good. Maybe I should should play better. A novel concept. Ugh. The truth hurts. My play is bad and I should feel bad. That's some way. I don't want to play Queen G1, but all right. I guess I will. Yay! Thaddeus gifted a sub. You get a sub. You get a sub. Hooray for everybody. 902. Now if I get 10 more viewers, I'll have 90210.
Everything got rated.
What happened?
Everything got rated because I got email.
Oh, let me see.
My blitz is at an all-time high.
Is it a ballroom blitz? Well, yeah, you had a great tournament.
I broke 1,200.
I still don't see it on my thing. Damn.
Probably need to refresh.
Yeah, but I keep refreshing.
I got emails.
I know. I'll leave and come back later. Did I lose yet? Yeah, I'm losing to this guy because he's playing better than me.
Oh,
Yeah. He is 1900, so. He asked me out to dinner if I ever, he's Dutch, if I ever go to the Netherlands. And I was like, sure. And he says, well, we each have to pay, though. Weird that he asked me, you know. You know why we each have to pay, right?
how much?
Do you know why we each have to pay for the meal?
Going Dutch.
Going Dutch, right? Yeah, that's why he played F5, because he's Dutch. Can you get me a Perrier? Because this one's shallow and pedantic.
Yeah.
Yes. And you could steal a taco while you're there. It's the other side.
I know. I had an open fridge.
Yeah, but you might have thought it was that side.
I figured
It's still, you know, still good. I'm in clear first if I win. Yay. Alexander Alkaline. Is that like Weird Al Shamkovich? Thanks for the gifting the sub and forwarding it and all that. What did he do? Queen H6.
You're fine.
I don't understand. Oh, because I attacked his queen? No. Where was his queen? Oh, it was on G6. Oh, he wants to take my rook and then take my H pawn. All right.
Hey, Barack Obama, how's it going?
I like the way I was complaining I'm losing the whole game and his queen's trapped and his pawn's hanging and, you know, something. I got this going on. Pretty cool, huh? Yay, I'm up a pawn. I was down a pawn. I once was down a pawn, but now I'm up a pawn. Now I see. Did I lose on time yet? Because if I'm doing a good job. So, G4, confusing the audience. I figured if Matt Larson's watching, I should go there. Break on through to the other side.
Hey, Jay Wolfent, how's it going?
That move feels wrong, but I don't know why. Feels wrong, though. I guess I could lose on time. That's a good idea.
Hey, Output Coupler. Try not to talk too loud. We have a tournament going on here.
This guy seems pretty good. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean. This looks like the famous game, The Truth versus It Hurts. Man, he checked me twice. He could check me a third time, give his rook away. Aw. All right, so I got 4, and there's 2 3.5s, and we'll be on Chess TV in 4 minutes. And the Karen Arena tournament starts in 25 minutes.
Oh, probably won't get to play. Thank you, Rasmus. This is
It's-
actually not a dress. It's a shirt.
It's arena, so you can play. You can
Oh,
join.
nice.
You can join
Yeah.
whenever.
Yeah, I like being short too.
Everybody said I looked ugly in this shirt on Twitter, and then I got a tweet from. Hard to make the joke when I can't think of her name. Christina Aguilera, and she said I was beautiful no matter what they say. Yeah, I had this joke in my head like 5 days ago, and I can't remember her name.
You look like you're about to squanch in that shirt.
That's correct. I'm squanching in here.
That shirt looks great.
They're great.
Hey, Flex Donovan. Like that sun.
This guy's 2,100. I've never played anybody that high. That's usually like when I play 2 people and you add their ratings up, or maybe 3. Yeah, this is good prep for the Chicago Open because he's over 1,800.
How does he decide? How does Ben decide whether he wears a T-shirt or a dress shirt? I don't know.
T-shirt. Yeah, every day we get a new camera. It's awesome. Man, I wonder who's making noise in the next room. How's he so loud? He's louder than me.
Yeah,
It's like him and David Vest and me should form some kind of group.
he's pretty loud.
Let's see, I guess here, always retreat. See, that square's weakened because he played g4, so we gotta try to get our knight there. Berkey subscribed with Prime. Thanks for subscribing. All right, we have 959 viewers. That's what they're called. And now I got 2 squares. Let's see, knight there. Watch this move, Karen. Just kidding. See, now I get to, do the song about the sweet loving woman and song about the knife, and then I get to hop in. Ooh,
I knew that. I was going to ask you what were you going to do if you
even
went
more weakening.
D3.
Yeah, weakening. Wow. So he wants to play bishop g5, winning a piece. I guess I'll have to interpolate this. What happened? Legit tactics. He was going to give up and stop playing chess, but he decided not to because he's too legit to quit. Man, he always weakens a different square. I don't know what to do now. Rook takes in here. Man. He's always tricking me by weakening different squares. Weakening a 7th rank. Everything he does weakens everything. So I'm so disillusioned. Yeah, truth hurts. Now God knows what it's like when I have a gun.
Do you ever play the cat gambit?
All right, we should be on Chess TV soon. We're not on yet, but soon.
Karen, is stream sniping allowed?
Legit Tactics, subscribe. He's on a 3-month streak.
I don't know. I'd say in general, it's probably better not to do that.
Let's see. Queen takes, queen check. It's probably made.
Ben doesn't seem to care about it though.
I literally don't care about whatever they're talking about.
I'm not watching any shows at the moment. Alley 694.
Let's see. I'm surprised I don't have mate in one.
Yeah, I don't know if they have vegan cake at the local Whole Foods is not very close to our house, so I don't go very often. And yeah, vegan desserts aren't really very good except for that one place. That's pretty good.
I mean, everything wins immediately, so I'm trying to win the most immediately. I sort of like knight d3, rook e4, and rook f4 because that's pretty cool because nobody would ever see rook f4. So I like that because nobody would ever see it. So let's do that. I mean, every move wins. Just rook f4 is really cool. You got one legal move, dude. I guess he wants to resign. All right. I wonder if there's a better move than rook f4. I don't think so. Yeah, because if queen e2, I have like 7 ways to win from Sunday. Yeah.
Yay, thank you for the 100 centuries.
Hey, the people
Hamilton.
who thought I would get a perfect score before the tournament were correct. Hi, Chess TV people. I'm Ben. This is Karen. Thanks, Hamilton, streaming for the 100 centuries.
I'm not vegan.
Who's the girl with the nickname Chess TV? She has a name, I am sure. I mean, there's Chesty LaRue, but that's from The Simpsons. So I don't know what Chess TV is. Do you know who's Chesty LaRue on The Simpsons?
Chess TV.
What?
You're on Chess TV.
Oh. Do you know? I didn't get that. But do you know who Chesty LaRue is on The Simpsons?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, it's Marge.
Oh.
So Homer wanted to change his name, so he changed it to Max Power because when he went to the judge and gave him some possibilities, the judge said, "That's the only name you spelled correctly." And he said, "I got it off a hairdryer." That's what he said.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But anyway, then he wanted Marge to change her name, so he gave her some options, and one was Chesty LaRue. Hooray, I won, and so forth. Is what's his name still playing? No, DTO's not playing. Terrible.
Yeah, I don't remember that, Sven. I don't watch The Simpsons, and I don't watch much TV.
Let's talk about what's important. My tie breaks. Look at those tie breaks. 11, everybody else is like, ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Back me up. 2, this is like when Holden does a calculus competition. 11 and then 2 for the other people. I heard Veggie Galaxy in Cambridge is renovating, and they're closed for like a week and a half so they can make it better. Man, that's going to be awesome. Maybe I'll go to MIT. Think security will kick me out? Trying to Learn has 3 out of 4? After I beat him, he won 3 in a row? What?
I think you just want Holden to go there so we can go back to that restaurant.
That's correct. Man, if Trying to Learn wins, he ties for second?
That's an expensive
What world am I in?
craving. Very expensive craving.
You mean because MIT is expensive or the restaurant is?
MIT.
Oh. I like restaurants that are all vegan, and if I look at the menu, I don't have to ask questions. That's pretty rare, but we've been doing it. Rook takes D4. I guess every move lost, so it doesn't matter.
What restaurant? What's the name of it? Veggie? We just
Veggie
said it,
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's a turkey. You know why he's a turkey?
No.
He won 3 in a row. You know what that's from? A turkey.
Bowling.
Yes. Good job.
I've gotten 3 in a row before.
Damn. My dad bowled 277 once, which is crazy like Fox News. Man, stalemate's not going to happen. Well, yeah, mate in 1, but he's making him suffer. Okay, now in this position, Karen, how many mates in 1 does white have? If you say a lot, I'm going to say you're correct. I think you have a 0% chance of being right.
let me
There's
try.
too many. There's too many.
Let me try. 1,
There's too many.
2.
I'm not even going to start
3.
counting until she's done.
Okay, then 4. 5,
No, I get the same amount, I think, for subs.
6.
I like the people in the chat are all giving different numbers. That's funny. There's like 8 different numbers in the chat. Man,
Oh
Carl.
no, I saw 6.
6?
Well,
I didn't count.
Yeah, I didn't
When,
know.
are you done? Because I'll count.
Yeah, go ahead.
I didn't count. Okay. There was way more than 6. And,
Okay.
I didn't count. 1. You're not looking at 1. 1, 2, 3,
Oh, I didn't see that one.
4,
Oh, I didn't see that one.
5.
I didn't see that one.
6.
I saw that one.
So 6 with that queen, right? I don't see any more with that queen.
Yeah,
Okay. 7, 8,
I saw those.
and I don't see any more than 8.
I counted one that didn't count.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, that
5,
worked, that one
6,
right.
7, 8. Yeah, that's it. People will be like, why isn't this mate? So people in the chat without me looking are asking, yeah, I won. Those tie breaks. They're asking me why this isn't mate. I guarantee they're asking me that. Let me look. Queen. Why isn't somebody saying, why isn't Queen F6 mate? Terrible. Oh, nobody's questioning why other things aren't mate. Yeah, so 8 is correct. Queen G2. The Queen G2 is illegal, so no. And
All
it's
right.
not mate.
I gotta go check the tournament.
Why
again.
isn't Queen A1 mate? The king is on A1. Yeah, you guys are smart. Queen F6 isn't even check. That's true. Queen C3. Why isn't Queen F6 mate in 1? This is F6. King H2. King H2? Wow, that's a good move. So a couple people are wondering why this isn't mate, but they're not kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Truth hurts. Knight F5 is mate. Castles is mate. How many stalemates are there is a very good question. That's really hard. That's difficult. Okay, so with this
hang on.
queen,
Are kids in the tournament wearing masks? Yes, they are.
some are 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5. I think that's all the moves with this queen that are stalemate. There's 5. Okay, then there's 6. Okay, and then every move with this queen that's not check is stalemate. Whoa. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So I think there's 24 stalemates. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be back.
You counted checkmate on A7. I did? Terrible. So there's 23. I do see it's lit up. Yeah. So there's 23. Yeah. Right. So there's 23 because I counted 24. All right. That was the most interesting thing that's ever happened on Earth, except for one thing. Okay. Time for the Karen approved whatever. It starts in 11 minutes. It's an arena tournament that lasts 90 minutes. And don't forget it. Hopefully I got the right link. We have 31 players. We're hoping for 200 once the tournament's finished. And we will get 200. Okay, also it's time for the second train. The first train didn't do very well. We got to level 2. We're lucky to do that. All right, let me cry about how many subs I lost in the last 24 hours. 2803? Jesus Christ. Wow. We lost 320 subs in 24 hours? Damn. That's I never imagined that could happen. Usually I lose like 80. Wow, that's crazy. Yay, Rumble Rob and Phonetic Fox, fixed it by both subbing. Hooray! Yeah, we need like 6 She Jesuses, and then we need the guy who gave, I don't know, he gave $500. That wasn't subs. Last month was the day where you sucked off Hikaru. Let's see. You blocked that? What was wrong with that? Terrible. Crazy. You're new, hooray. Some people who are new don't like my stream. Truth hurts. Like most of them. All right, there's 43 players thus far. The tournament starts in 9 minutes, and it's 90 minutes long. And it's strong, and it's time to get the friction on. Yay, GTO Poker's playing. Why can't we be friends? Slow Time Traveler gifted a sub. So, DTO Poker, are you better than Fedor, Holtz, the same, or worse? And then the most important thing is, whatever your answer is, if I asked him, what's his answer? Assuming you're both telling the truth. In Chicago? No, we're not even in Chicago. At chess? No, at poker. Chess is a good question too, but I meant at poker. Because he's not American, so he could be good. Holtz isn't the best. You spelled Holtz wrong, so I don't trust you. There's another German player I've heard of, but I can't think of his name, who I think is a good player, but I don't remember what his name is. If you say it all, yeah, that's it. Mill Smith subscribed. Poker Code or DTO? What? Who's the German player whose name I can't think of, who's obviously very good? No, Dumpkoff. Come on, if you say his name, I'll know. No, in poker, not in chess. Georg Meyer. No. Stop saying chess players. I'm talking about poker players. Schadenfreude. No. Ah, you're still naming chess players. Hans Gruber, that's it. Fian Kettlelo subscribed. Well, Dominic is the guy that no, not him. I haven't seen his name yet. He seems sort of lanky and thin. Seems quiet. Yeah. Everybody keeps saying Hans Gruber. Terrible. Christopher Lutz. No, that's not who I'm thinking of. Dirk Nowitzki. David Hasselhoff. Zinedine Zidane. Yeah, they got him good in Simpsons or Family Guy. I forgot which one. How's it going? I'm asking who this famous German poker player is, but they keep naming non-poker players.
Probably 7 or
That's it. Thank you, Nick Sor. Christoph Vogelsand. Is he good? Vogelsand, is that right? I thought it was Vogel something else. But anyway, whatever. Is he good or I made that up? But that's who I was thinking of. I've heard of him. Got to hear somebody. Vogel Singh. See, I knew that was wrong. I was like, wait a minute.
Hey,
He's good? Yeah.
Hey, what kind of shout out did Ben get?
Apex Cuddler Extended. What do you mean?
Hikaru diss track on Anarchy Chess.
Hikaru did what?
Hikaru Diss track on Anarchy Chess. You got a shout out.
Dis.
DISS.
Oh.
I'm just asking. You
Apex Cuddler extended
out,
a
you.
membership. Diss
Okay.
track. Oh no. No, I don't even know what you're talking about. But thanks.
On Reddit.
Yeah. What? Thanks, Mike Saylor, for the sub. Dominic, would you say that Vogelsang is one of the top 10 German poker players, or not top 10?
The diss track was funny. Yeah, I'll have to look at it.
It better be.
Listen to it.
Easily. See, I named somebody good. Yeah. I even knew that the name you gave was suspicious. The first guy. I was like, I don't remember that, but yeah.
Who is in the picture with the blue shirt?
You're a Google wizard, but you don't spell wizard correctly? Damn.
That's Ben.
What's the question? Evil Gwyn is gifting us up. Thank you. Let's go train.
Thanks, Classified.
4:20 until the tournament starts. 4:20.
420.
You can enter the tournament whenever you want. It's 1 minute left of the tournament. You can enter. Thanks, trying to learn for the 100 centidues. Thanks, Midgard
The
Serpent.
female. That's Ifan.
Yeah,
I don't know how to say it. How? Ifan how?
yeah, good enough.
Who? How?
Yeah, she's the best woman in the world who plays chess since Judah Polgart retired.
Exclam Pictures tells all.
Mhm.
Exclam Pictures.
What
Yes,
is it?
that is my real name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why would anybody want my name? Hey, there's the 8 in 1500.
Hey, Dominic, who's possibly the best poker player in Europe? Like, in your opinion, who's not German? See, that's what I want to know. Who do you respect that's not German and they're European? That's tough for him because German is. Yay, thanks, Tisker Tasker.
Yeah, my over the board blitz rating is something I never pay attention to, and it's almost as high as my regular rating, which has gone down.
Yeah, I played Richard Francisco about a year and a half ago. I beat him.
Paul McCartney, Heidi Klum.
I've heard of Sam Trickett. Yeah. Mike Postle would never cheat unless he was playing poker or doing something else. Yeah, I can move the mic if you'll be here more than 2 or 3 minutes.
I mean, I'm only ever gonna be here, in 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, still move it because they can't hear you because you know.
Okay, I was trying not to talk too loud. We have a tournament going on, but I mean, everybody's loud here.
I don't think Tony G's European. Isn't he Australian? I don't know. Maybe he's European. I don't know.
What's your day job?
Who, me?
I don't
I
know.
sleep a lot. His dad was the dean of my pharmacy school. Oh, who was? What? Yay, watch Laramie's movie After Masks. Do it. I thought we used to have a thing like Moobot command on Laramie because movies coming out.
We do.
Yeah.
It-
What do I type?
I don't know the
Oh.
command, but there's a timer on it, so occasionally it's posted. You can try Laramie. I don't know.
Oh.
Oh, there we go. Actor Laramie. Man, it's hot in here.
Yep, I agree.
Will there be blood in the chest today? No, I don't think so.
Okay, there's 20 seconds. We have 71 players. It's a 90-minute arena tournament, 3-minute chess. And Bonarici's playing. And Aiden's playing. That's who you thought it was, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so I think that was, yeah. So that was him earlier. His Twitch name is different.
Uh-huh. Hooray, chess and such.
Is Howard Stern still on?
Yeah. In fact, today he had on Michael Che, I think. Thanks for the 500 centidues, Traveling Chef 78.
Just check the people again.
Yeah.
Make sure everybody's behaving.
What tourney is this? It's a chess tournament. Still theory. It's my game with this guy. Yay! I got 2 emotes or something. Who will win this game? 7 subs, 700 bits. Thanks for the 201 centidues, Knife F5. You're the best. Probably this is a computer move, so I might get in trouble. Accused of cheating. Time situation's not very good. All right, we have 74 players so far. I'm guessing we get 200. Gotta guess something. You can enter until the tournament ends. You can always enter the tournament. There's no like limit. Let's see. Here, I don't know. Here. All right. Something. Gotta catch up on time. And Rosemary, too. Is there a move that's not bishop takes? G4? Yay, I'm catching up on time. I get parsley credit. Three minutes too fast for you. That's not what your wife said. Oh, snap. She was like 3 minutes. I wish. Let's see. Bishop H4. Rook B3. Papa John's. All right. Papa John's it is. If he queens, he queens. What am I going to do? At least I stopped this check. Let's see. Maybe he won't see he's in check and I'll win on time. Yeah, my pieces are attacking like a machine. A machine that's bad at chess. Let's see. King H3 resigns. I guess I won't resign. But I'll consider it. Rook D1, proving your rating. I think he realizes Rook D1's not good. Wait, I have more time and I'm taking all of his pawns. Hooray. Hey. I'm winning against a 2300. I was way behind on the clock. Now I'm way ahead on the clock. And I have a winning position. He could resign just because of the time. He won't move. Yeah, he's giving his pawns away like some kind of co-ed.
Man, they're so loud.
Yep, I wonder who that is. You watching? Watch. Should I do this checkmate or this checkmate? Bishop h3, is he kidding me? Hangs 2 checkmates. Yay. That's better than losing.
Hey, there was a raid.
I didn't see it.
I see Bruges saying,
Yay,
welcome,
GM
Raiders.
Brandon Jacobson.
Yay.
He's one of the 50 GMs in the U.S. who's better than me. Thanks for the raid, Brandon. Brandon, if you're still here, which you're not, are you playing in Chicago or the World Open or National Open or something? I don't remember ever seeing Brandon. Like, I'm sure I've seen Brandon. I just don't remember it.
In person?
Yeah, I know I've seen him in person. I just don't remember seeing him. World Open, probably. Yeah, Karen and I and Archer playing in the World Open. How dare you not remember me? Exactly. Yeah. I'm almost 100% sure I've never played you. I mean, like in a slow game.
Hey, there's Brenda Licious.
Frankly, Brenda
Do you
Licious.
think that's the Brenda that we know?
Maybe.
Hey, Brenda.
Hey, Brenda, probably.
Hey, Brenda Licious. Are you delicious?
We haven't? Yeah. I just remember who I've played. Do you think he'll hang mate in 1? What do you think? 1927. From Luxembourg.
I was trying to find the mate.
He has to hang mate. I don't have a mate.
Oh, okay. I was like, do I think I'll hang it?
Thanks, Output Coupler.
No.
Hey, you get to the sub to the Grandmaster Jacobson. Cool, cool.
I think Atlanta's better to visit than Savannah.
Brandon, did you get any norms at Peters? Hey, hung mate in 1. Yeah, so he did. Have you got any norms at Peters, the Charlotte Chess Center? I'm going to say yeah. I have no idea, but I'm going to say yeah.
Who, Brandon?
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
an
the
open
closed
tournament.
ones, though. I got one in an open tournament they ran. Yeah, I'm half right. The half that eats. How old are you, Brandon? Like 19? Random guess. He could be 50, he could be 10. But 19 is probably closer than 10 or 50.
Did you kick the camera?
No, what do you mean?
Oh, it,
Oh, I'm sure I kicked the camera.
it jiggled.
17. Yeah. When I was 17, I had some very good beer. I had some very good beer I
I
purchased
wouldn't mind drinking a beer right
with
now.
a fake ID. My
Yeah.
name was Brian McGee. I stayed up listening to Queen when I was 17. Who sang that?
I don't know. You don't like you said Karen's fashion choice, dough. You don't like my shirt or what? Or Ben's outfit?
He thinks your shirt should be off. That's his point. That's Homer.
When I was 17.
Homer Simpson. Barely 17 and barely dressed. What song? Paradise by the Dashboard Light. Sorry, I know everything.
I don't know that song very well.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, Bruges.
Yeah, I actually lost money to. First of all, stop laughing at me, because they're gonna start laughing at me. When I was in Soviet Georgia in Batumi, we were talking about that song, and Fedorowicz always wants to bet on everything. He's not always right. He knew he was right here. He knew that was Phil Rizzuto. He was over 100% sure, and I thought it was Vince Scully. So we bet like $20, and he won, but he's like, like give me a pencil or something. One time he bet on something with Joel in '94 that was insane. Like Joel was 800% right, and it was ridiculous. It was a ridiculous bet. So he likes to bet. He's like, the only way you know if somebody's right is to bet on it. If one side's willing to bet and one's not, Fedorowicz says, now you know which side's right. Kevin likes to flip 400 some centidues, hopefully 420. And then Bad Move Ben subscribed. That dinner food guy.
I gotta go
oh,
see.
Meatloaf.
Make sure. That
Meatloaf used to be a vegetarian, and now he's not. Confusing the audience, which is me.
I just gotta make sure the door's shut.
Mm. Mm. Hello. Yay, 2877. We were in Key West in 1994 at the U.S. Championship, and we were eating at the hotel. And the waitress knew that we were chess players, because we're all chess players, U.S. Championship. And she said, "Did you see that movie, Searching for Bobby Fischer? That was great." And then Joel very snidely said, "I was in the movie." And she said, "Oh." Didn't say it in a nice way either, because, he's Joel. I attack you, you attack me. I do a lot of trash talking when my opponent's 1500. So let's see. Rook takes, knight check, queen h5, bishop h7, mate. Is that acceptable to you guys? Is it? Okay. I hope it is. Plays king h6, he ruins the deal. Then I have to mate him some other way. Good. Now you know what it's like when I have a gun. Yeah. Did you like that prediction? The answer is fries. And I haven't seen a beating like that since Karen left on vacation for a week without me. No, he's too high rated. Where's a 1200? That made the 1500 look like 1,000. Yeah, showed him. It's the Queen's Gambit, just like the movie. Except I'm on less drugs. But maybe I'm not. Yeah. I'm on less illegal drugs. Yeah, let's see. Let's castle queenside and have a lost position, but win anyway. I'm on fewer drugs? Well done. You forgot less is more. Push him, baby. Push him real good. Still theory. It's my game with this guy. I have a threat. Knight f7 looks pretty good too. I'm not saying it is good. I said it looks good. Yeah, actually, I missed rook h8. Oh well. I'll survive. Rook h8, g6, king f6. I can't win there? I just lose my queen and resign? Damn.
Oh, man.
What happened?
Oh,
Remember, they can hear you.
the Georgia Asher game is very
Oh.
exciting. Jill only has like 2 minutes. And
Did you
something
stop
left,
the game because it's too exciting?
And
Yeah.
Jashri has 4 minutes and something.
Mm-hmm.
And Jashri has 2 pawns. And Jill has 4 pawns. And they each have a queen.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like it's fortuitous for Jill.
And Jill is shaking. You know, she
Yeah.
gets. she
Mhm.
gets.
What about her moneymaker? What's she doing with that?
This is right up Jayashri's alley.
Mm-hmm.
This is what she lives for.
Jill lost to Jayashri like 7 times in a row. Then she beat Jayashri 5 times in a row.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Frankly, ridiculous.
I don't think Jill's gonna win.
What? 200 centidues. Thank you.
And she should win, but you remember when I beat her?
You beat her?
Yeah, she had the 2
Yeah, I
passed
know.
pawns, connected passed
Mm-hmm.
pawns.
Then she said something snide after the game.
She said, "Oh well, I guess she needed the points." Congratulations! No, congratulations. I guess she needed the points.
Whenever I lose the last round in a big tournament on one of the top boards, which I do a lot, I always make sure to congratulate my opponent because nobody does that. Everybody says like, "Mother son of a piece of." But, you know, they deserve to be congratulated.
I
201
always say
cent to dues.
I always say good game. Always.
Let's see, is this mate? Here, knight g8.
People. What's wrong with people?
If I play bishop h5 and he plays knight takes, then g6, he has to play king f6. Then I play queen h5 with unstoppable queen g5 mate, right? Unstoppable.
Hey, Grunge Wart.
Unstoppable.
I gotta go look at the game.
Hold on.
So hurry up now.
Unstoppable. I want to make sure it's unstoppable.
I
I'm
wanna
down
see
like, I'm down
Jill's
like
game.
7 pieces.
If you don't hurry, I'm gonna miss
Okay,
it.
it's unstoppable. But he could play king f8, but he
I can
won't.
see
He'll,
Jill's
he'll
game.
take. He won't see g6. He'll think I'm going to take with the queen. Yeah, so he'll take.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'll be right back.
1 second.
We played a good game, corner horn.
Yeah.
When did we play?
Yeah,
a
he
good
won't
game?
see that move. He only sees queen takes. Yeah, and now I said I have unstoppable mate. Oh, it's not because he has e5. I didn't see e5. I'm still winning. It's just a different mate. It's
Yeah.
going to be queen g7 mate.
Who won corner horn? Remind me. I'm missing.
Sack everything.
I'm missing the Jill Gambit.
I'm just sacking because it's funny.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I shall
Yeah.
return. I'm missing something very
I'm
exciting.
just teasing him.
This is child-
I didn't see that. Darn. Ugh. I should have made anyway. I knew where it was. Queen g4. King, yeah, so this is still mate. Alright. Yeah, I sacked a lot, so that was funny. Alright, I'm tied for first with 2 other people. One's 1,300. The 700's tied for fourth. Or clear fourth. 700s are tough. Man, 3-0. Or is he 3-1? He has 4 out of 6? He's played 6 games? Damn. Let's see. What happened? Karen played a game. Oh, I have to play chess. Sort of busy. Twitchy subscribed. Go Twitchy. Hooray. Hooray for Twitchy. Go Twitchy. The more you donate, the more money I have. Yay, 3,000 viewers. I can't take on Passant because he's Canadian and 1,200s. He doesn't know what that is. Although he's Canadian, so if he's French Canadian, he doesn't know what en passant is. Man, tough call. I just won't, because if he doesn't know it, he'll think I'm cheating, and he'll be like, Americans are always cheating and such. And it's not true. We're just usually cheating, not always. Let's see here. Guess. Yeah. I'm going easy on everybody by winning every game. And then it's going easy somehow. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't let the sound of your 2 bishops drive you crazy. Come on, baby. Don't checkmate me. Always sack the exchange, although he gets to come down here. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Let's see, bishop h6, bishop h6, bishop f7, king f7, queen h5, king g8. Darn. Yeah, I guess I'll just go here then. Then his bishop's pinned. Queen g6 is annoying, bishop h6 is annoying, I'm annoying. Man, this guy is like, he's playing very aggressive. No counterplay for you. He doesn't even know the meaning of the word counterplay. Man, I'm in second place and I won every game. Tough tournament. 94 players. Let's get more. More. There is no more annoying players, and there never will be. More. It's like a $12.99. Yeah, I shouldn't be going easy on this guy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Let's see. Rook h8, king h8, queen to the h file, bishop h6, queen h6, king g8, and I'm all talking a badge. Damn. I don't want to win his queen. I want to mate him. All right. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, I could just win his queen with bishop h7, check first. But I don't want to win his queen. Yeah, I probably had like mate in 6 and I missed it. That sounds like me. 93. Man. Okay, rook h8. He could take with the bishop or the king. I don't really have mate. Man, I feel bad taking all his pieces when I want to mate him. Maybe I can go here. Yeah, he can still avoid mate. I don't want to win all his pieces. I want to mate him. All right, I'm just going to lose on time, so I guess I'll just take all his pieces. Let him have his check. Let's see, knight here. It's almost mate, but not quite. As long as he thinks it's mate, that's what's important. Get all excited. Huh? Yay, Flinging Monkey donated 10 subs. You're the best person ever. Although Kevin Likes to Flip gave a few centidues. Pretty good. Kevin Likes to Flip gave centidues both times. All right, what happened here? I'll castle illegally. Yes. I'm a grandmaster, so I can castle like that. Thanks, Flingy Monkey. Bishop h7. Rawr. 15 seconds. Oh no, I might lose. Darn. I hate losing. It's almost stalemate. I have to watch it. Good thing he has queenside pawns. Just in case Matt Larson's watching, I have to play g4. Man, it really is almost stalemate. God damn. Getting crazy up in here. You can't do Vishwa nothing. This looks like the famous game God versus Damn. I don't think this checkmate can be stopped, no matter what legal move he makes. Yeah. All right, close game. Yay, tied for first with Rufus and Doofus. Thanks, Kevin Likes to Flip. Need a good joke? Oh, God, I'm under pressure. Sam Shankland. How was that? I'm trying. If you need a good joke, then I could tell you that you're a joke, and then you could take a cake and throw it to the ground and say, what am I, a joke? And then that would be funny. Yeah. And then, like, you know, I could give you my phone and say it's your dad, and you'll say, that's not my dad, that's a phone. That's pretty funny. Insidious Endgame gave several centidues. Yeah, I can't do the jizz in your pants joke because we're on Chess TV or something. Is that the name of the song? I think so. Also remember, step 1, cut a hole in the box. Man, its capital's doubling every day. Oh my God. Horrible. The camera's so far away, it's about 2 feet away. I can zoom in and out so you can see more or less. This way you get to see less of me and more of the room. So that sounds better. You don't want to see me. This way you can see all the pictures. They have a purty mouth. 200 centidues. Hooray. Lonely Island is correct. I'm on a boat. I'm on a mother boat. Let's see. Knight g5, rook e8, knight f7, king g8. That's just losing for me. Darn. All right. How do you get good at chess? Practice. Yay, 201 centidues. Thanks, Kevin. Whenever they say it's a flip in poker, it's not a flip. Somebody always has, it's like 57-43. It's not a flip. But they're always saying it's a flip. I'll tell the casino that I want to play a game where I have a 57% chance. They have a 43% chance. See how they like that game. You can play in the U.S., I don't know about Europe. In the U.S., some casinos have casino war. It's just war. You get a card, the dealer gets a card. And if you win, you win. And if you lose, you lose. And if it's a tie, the house wins. So it's, so it's an absurd game. But that's the game. Casino war. Yeah, it wasn't smothered me because he takes with the knight. That's what you're all thinking. And then I lose. So, yeah. Elite Gamer 3 Jets. Yeah, but a lot of times it's not a flip, and they say it's a flip. Like, a lot of times they say that. It's not true. Ooh, if it's free, it's for me. You can double your bet and do war. Elite Gamer 3 JADS. When I only get paid half if you win. When I played in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, they had a rule I've never heard of in any casino ever. If you had aces and you split them, irrespective of your next card on the ace, you had an option. I've never heard of that. The option was you could stay, just like every casino in the world, or you could double. You can't hit, but you can double or stay. And they were like, sir, you can't drool in our casino. I mean, that's like insane. And I think the reason they have that rule is when people don't like their hand, like they get a 2, and they're like, they have ace 2 against a 10, and they're like, well, that's going to lose, so I'll double. Of course, you could just double when it's legally correct to do so in any kind of, So it was weird. Go player advantage. 0.3, that means every move wins. Like that move. Okay, 103 players. I'm tied for first. 205 centidues. I like the rule, which is very rare, where you split aces and get an ace you can split again. Most casinos are like, nah, man, that would help you too much. Yeah, having ace-ace and staying because you're forced to is shallow and pedantic. It's embarrassing. I've seen people in casinos stay on soft 14, 15, 16. And they stay. And Lisa Loeb is like, was the dealer. And she said, you say stay? Shocking. And, maybe the dealer was Leopold, not Loeb. See, I could take that. What's this country? Mexico. Mm-hmm. Done. Yeah. Is stay on soft 16 bad against the 6? Yes. Your hand can be the same or better. It can't be worse. It's absurd to do that. It's not bad, it's absurd. Your hand can't get worse and it could get better. So yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous to stay with soft 16 ever. Frankly, ridiculous. Also, you never stay with soft 17 ever against anything. I'm American. I don't know the flag of Mexico. Why is that normal? Why is that weird? Is everybody gone?
No, we've got some Skittles.
Oh, but the games are all done.
Tournament's over. Oh man.
What? How did Jill do?
Oh boy, that was so.
Was there like yelling and
told you,
screaming?
no.
Cat fight? Cat
No,
fight?
but-
Cat fight?
But she lost,
Seinfeld.
like I said.
Mhm.
And
So it wasn't fortuitous for her.
what? What do you mean?
She had 4 against 2, but she lost, so
Oh
it
no,
wasn't
I
fortuitous.
told you she wasn't going to win. She had two minutes and something, and Jay Ashley had 4 minutes and something, and Joe was shaking. And then the other game was, there were 2 games. The other game was almost the exact same. They each had 2 minutes and something, and they had a more equal position though. And that game ended with one of the guys winning with 2 seconds on his clock.
Now, just so you guys stop making fun of me, see that flag?
Yeah.
What country is that?
I don't know.
Right. They were mad at me because I didn't know.
I can't even see the colors
Yeah,
from here.
right. It's really small. It's Mexico.
Oh, okay. I
Like,
just
you're
can't
from
see it.
America and you don't know the Mexican flag? Right. Yeah, we don't know anything about Mexico.
Yeah.
We know about America, and barely we know about America. I mean, not really.
So then, but
Barely.
let me tell you about Jill's game.
Yeah, yeah.
So I went in there and I was trying to stay back a little, but I was watching the other game that was equally exciting because I didn't want to distract Jill.
Mm-hmm.
And she came up and touched my arm and said, "Can you count moves?" So I went over there and I was watching their game, and I wanted to watch it anyway. And I didn't say anything. I just went over and Jay Ashery, I knew Jay Ashery was going to fork her,
Mm-hmm.
and got a pawn. So of course that restarts any count anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then she just ended up flagging. But it was Jay Ashery was just she definitely understood what to do. Just keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. Isn't there a 5-second delay?
And then
Tournament.
yeah, there is. But Jill didn't notice her time.
Mm-hmm. 310 to do's. Thank you, and also thank you to the guy who subscribed, Mahalo Buddy. 2-month
Jill
anniversary.
didn't notice her time.
Uh-huh.
I know when I go get a TD, I always pause my clock.
Whenever I'm in time trouble, I take a chess clock from somewhere else and put it here.
What?
Yeah, I always do that.
Put it where?
Here,
I don't know what you're doing.
here. Put it here.
Okay, for what reason?
Then time is on my side.
Oh. Okay. That's a lot of work. I did get it though.
A lot of work.
That was a lot.
It wasn't my fault. It was a lot of work.
I got it. See, man, you worked for that one. See, it was a lot of work for you.
Well, you kept asking what?
I didn't
What's
get
happening?
it. So, I guess.
Man, this guy's giving it away like a 1600.
But I mean, wouldn't you pause the clock if you went to get a TD?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also,
She asked me after the tournament if she could pause the clock. I said, I've never not paused the clock when I go get a TD. And even if you're wrong, you're not going to be penalized for being wrong. Pause the clock.
Mhm.
Well, that's she says, well, that's why I lost the game, because she lost by like 20 seconds. Well, yeah.
that's not why she lost the game.
Well, it didn't help.
Right.
She lost, several
Mhm.
seconds.
Yep.
It's blurry. I mean, well, who wouldn't pause the clock when you're going to get the TD? It doesn't look blurry. Maybe it was blurry and it straightened itself out.
Mm. Man, your discussion of that game is top shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've won every game.
I got a beer.
That's better than the other, the alternative. Didn't even get me a beer, but I have Perrier. So. Bottles are similar.
It's the last beer in the fridge. Hey, Bonarici.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised.
What's a TD? Tournament director.
Mm-hmm. Karen works for Ameritrade.
I mean, it's not like she didn't have tournament experience. Has she never gotten a TD before? I mean,
When she panics when she's in time trouble, and then what happened before her in her life, you can't remember it.
I mean, I've gotten
No, but she panics.
pausing that clock all
No,
day.
panics. She's not herself when she's in time trouble. She's somebody else.
It is Stella, and I heard through the grapevine that Stella is now sponsoring.
Haruki
Hikaru.
Nakapuki. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing.
So that's pretty cool.
I think they had to explain to Hikaru what Stella was, and he's like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like that, son. You know what he puts his Stella in? I'm only half kidding. I'm like, it's possible that I'm kidding, but I'm right.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's sponsored by another beverage company, but I don't know if he still is. Does anybody know?
Oh,
It's
the Red
Spencer.
Bull.
Yeah.
Red Bull.
Yeah.
Hey, Spencer and Zug, how's it going?
Can you put Stella in Red Bull and mix them, or that's never happened in the history of the earth?
Hey, I gotta tell. Hey, Spence and Zug, you just missed the most exciting conclusion to Jayashri and Jill's game. I knew Jill wasn't gonna.
What happened in
Jill wasn't
Ethan
gonna
and Ovi?
I don't know.
Damn.
Ovi's is always cheerful, so you can't go by
Mm-hmm.
his reaction to anything. Oh, what happened? Well, I mean, Jill had 2 minutes and such, and shaking like a leaf like she always does. And Jayashri had 4 minutes and something, and they each had a queen. Jill had 4 pawns. Jayashri had 2 pawns, but her king, was with the pawns. Or maybe I'm wrong. I think that's what it was. But anyway, she was up 2 pawns. But then when I came in there, I was trying to stay back from the table because I didn't want to distract Jill. And the next thing I know, she touched my arm and said, "Can you count moves?" And she had this stricken look on her face. And a couple of times I thought she was going to start crying. I did.
Like a grandmaster.
And then Jayashri, just like a pro, just check. And then she got a pawn, check. They're moving. And I'm standing there, she took a pawn, so had to restart the count. And then Jill flagged. And that was pretty much it. She didn't even have any sense of what was on her clock at all. Then she asked me after the game, "Should I have paused the clock when I came to get you?" I'm like, yeah, I've never, who wouldn't pause the clock when you're going to get the tournament director? So that might have cost her the game. Certainly didn't help. And then the other game was similar. There were 2 games. The other game, the guy won with 2 seconds on the clock.
Mm-hmm. His game is good except for one thing. You know what that thing is? It's not good.
Not good.
No.
In-person chess is starting up again in Michigan, Bonarici. Oh, you did, Spencer? When you used to make announcements, you said specifically to pause the clock and get a TD. I know it's pretty standard. So I guess she just, like Ben was saying, she just panics and can't think of anything. That's why I beat her that time.
Mm-hmm.
She had 2 connected pawns on the 6th and 7th rank. And,
I don't think he'll see his rooks attacked.
I mean,
Oh, I'm not sure if he saw it now.
I think you even saw that game, Spencer, where I beat her. I had this faux attack, and I opened up the one of the files, and I checked fork, and then yeah, you remember? She was so furious. Hey, what's my favorite piano piece? Bona Ricci's asking. Yeah, I forked her. She was definitely still winning, but yeah, then she flagged. I knew it too. I was just waiting on the moment.
I'm looking, but I can't find a move that doesn't win. I guess this one is the easiest.
I like that piece by Chopin, the Ballade in G minor. I mean, I really love, a lot of Chopin pieces. I don't know if I have a favorite, but I love all those Schumann pieces. David Bundler Tansei. Ever how you say it.
110 players. You can still get in.
And Kreisleriana. I love those whole bodies of works.
Who do you like more, Schumann or Schubert? Only one of them finished the symphony. So
Wait, which one did
Unchained Melody.
darn, I can't remember. Can't remember this. I'm not sure my favorite is.
You missed a nice mate I did earlier where I sacked all my pieces and mated the guy, and I showed them I was going to do it, and it was like 5 moves.
Yeah.
Like sack a rook, check, sack a queen, mate. It wasn't forced, but it was the logical, conclusion. Hey Spence, what's this thing? Is that something you know about? Because you know about stuff like that. This emote or whatever that's called. What's that called?
Now I missed some of what they were saying.
What's that called?
What?
His avatar?
Yeah.
Yeah, Spencer should know what that is.
What did you say, Bona Ricci?
I don't know.
You were talking about some nocturnes. I can play the E flat, the Chopin nocturne in E flat.
Who's worse, Schoenberg or Berg? That's something, my dad liked Schoenberg and Berg, and my mom had never been so mad. That's the maddest she ever was in her life. Except when my dad liked Philip Glass.
Mm-hmm. I can play one Scriabin piece. I can play Scriabin. I'm pretty sure it's Scriabin unless I've
100
got
cents
the
a dues.
wrong Scriabin.
You have to read Discord, he said. Again.
Okay, I'll read it.
He said again. And then he did this.
Mm-hmm. I can play Scriabin. I think it's the one that Horowitz is famous for playing. It's one of those etudes, and it was so blankety blank hard to play that etude, and I forgot now exactly which one it was. I think it was Scriabin.
Yeah, but Ashkenazi played it pretty well.
Nobody played it like that. Horowitz on this particular.
Yeah, I'm just
piece.
teasing.
Mm-hmm. No, you just don't even understand output. That was so hard to play.
But what about Lang Lang? What about Lang Lang?
I can play also the posthumous nocturne. I think it's opus was maybe number 20 by Chopin. I love that one. Featured in one of those movies. Yeah. One of those movies. Do you guys like Herbie? Who's Herbie? Hancock or the Love Bug? Which piece? Oh, I know which piece you're talking about. How do you say that? His name Satie. I never know how to say that.
Satie. Eric Satie.
Yeah, I know the piece you're talking about that everybody knows.
Gymnopédie.
That's a nice piece.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like what's his name? Video.
Game pianist.
He plays that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who sings a beautiful song set to that melody? Is it, how do you say it? Gymnopédie?
Maybe.
Charlotte Church sings this beautiful, beautiful song from the first moment. She so
Yeah.
I don't. I love.
Unfortunately, Satie got in trouble for stuff with children. That's why he called it petty.
So anybody that likes that song should check out the Charlotte Church song.
Test Name Ignore gifted a sub. Hooray!
It's really beautiful.
Nickelback, pretty good.
When Elaine left a message.
Yeah, well, first of all, you didn't hear Elaine's voice. Somebody left a really sexy message to Jerry,
Yeah.
and he thought he knew who it was, but it was just Elaine playing a trick on him. Then they all fell in love with Elaine because it was very sexual and stuff. But you never heard any of the words of the message. You didn't hear any. It was the MacGuffin.
Okay, I do vaguely remember
Yeah.
that episode.
Well, then you have too few games played. Rachmaninoff's good. There's no doubt about it.
Who's liking some rock?
He said Rachmaninoff's better than everybody.
I tried to play that one that's famous, the chords.
It wasn't a rock. It was Rachmaninoff.
My hands really, it was strained my hands a little bit.
I have a Rachmaninoff joke, and when I told it in St. Louis, Rex Singfield was the only person in the chess club who heard of Rachmaninoff.
Really?
Yep. Nobody else heard it. There's like 20 people.
I
Like,
find
"Ooh."
that hard to believe.
No, you don't. At the St. Louis Chess Club?
See, you know what I'm talking about, Bo and Richie? My hands weren't big enough. That I had to drop some notes when I'm trying to play some Rachmaninoff. And actually, I think he himself was a pianist, wasn't he?
Her hands are the right size.
And also a composer, but I think he, if I'm unless I get mixed up with the other one, but big hands.
Do you know which composer was the best chess player? Rachmaninoff.
12 is fine. 13 is sometimes, but 14 I forget it. 14 you forget it. Yeah. No, I can do 11. It's been a while since I played. Yeah, I could definitely do 2 over an octave easily.
Yeah, I like Panini's. Oh, Paganini.
11 was hard. My mom could do 12, and she and I had the same size hands, but she was very, very good. I guess her hands stretched somehow. I don't know what happens.
I like taking pawns.
You need
And
an
this-
octave for job.
I like the smell of napalm also. Will he let me play bishop b4? The answer is fries, which means yes. No, well, he did let me play it. It's just not as good as. I don't know. Here.
I don't know who that is. Faure.
Who?
Gabriel Faure. Doors. Philidor was a composer. That's who I thought he was alluding to.
Mm-hmm. So, one time, I'm not supposed to tell you guys this, but I met a guy who had a time machine, and we went back in time, to talk to Philidor, and we had dinner with him, and we made a movie. You know what the name of the movie was?
No.
My Dinner with Andre.
Hey, are you leaving?
How'd you do?
Oh, I lost. But I also sacked the piece, so.
Oh.
Is that good or bad?
That's bad against Ethan.
Oh.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that was Ovi
Yeah.
for people there.
Yeah, Taimanov is probably better at chess and music than Philidor. Probably. Frankly. Ooh, I can check and trade queens, and then I win the king and pawn ending by queening my b pawn. Right, sweetie?
Oh yeah, I see that. I mean, I wouldn't know how that was gonna happen, but I see how the trading queens happens.
Yeah, and then I queen my b pawn. He's like, I can stop. Wait, take there. Oh, he can't stop the b pawn. All right, I'll have to win. I'll have to win the other way to death. I'll have to. beat him
Man,
the
your chat is so
old-fashioned
much
way.
more cultural. What's the word? Cultivated, civilized. learned.
I thought
than
you civilize every room. All right, I'm 10-0, but I'm barely in first. There's only 117 players, and I want 200 players. Boo.
Well, these days they would maybe call it sampling. Did he really? He really stole the music from them? That's not very
Who
nice.
stole what from whom?
Gershwin from the African American community.
Mm.
For some-
Which Gershwin? Boom! Gotcha, bitches. Which Woody Allen movie is all Gershwin? This isn't a joke. I'm serious.
Mhm.
Normally it would be a joke, but
Yeah, I don't know.
Manhattan.
Okay, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, it's the Gershwin the whole time. Yeah, look, Manhattan. You guys aren't as dumb as I thought, or best testing indicates.
Yeah, I'm not vegan. I like vegan food though.
Yeah, I got
See you
all
guys.
this. Look at this. He plays Bishop G7. Oh, he didn't play Bishop G7. Terrible.
I think everybody's gone.
I am not aware of the championship in Malawi. I'm aware that there's a new African basketball league. I'm aware of that. And supposedly it's good. Good.
You prefer Duke Ellington to Gershwin for the 1930s.
I have a question about Duke Ellington. Was he looking out his back door? Duke, looking out my back door. You know whose favorite was Duke Ellington? John Wayne.
Oh, is that why? Is it nickname or are you just making that
I
up?
was making it up.
Oh. You guys like Beethoven? I love Beethoven.
I saw the 9th at the St. Louis Symphony with Spencer and Wes. I always wanted to see the 9th. They played it too quickly. They just, they're not. They're okay.
I saw the night. It was Philadelphia Symphony or Philadelphia Orchestra. I mean, top notch Philadelphia Orchestra. And then I saw the 5th perform there too. It was amazing. It was actually a guest conductor.
But how many amendments were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. So many amendments. Which one should I pick? 5th.
I don't know much Strauss. I don't. Super Mango. Seems like there's some waltzes that I know by Strauss, but I don't really know very much Strauss. Man, you guys know a lot more about classical music than I would have thought you would. Oh yeah, there are a bunch of Strausses. I forgot.
Isn't Ricard the famous one? Go Richard.
Oh, classical music goes well with chess, maybe.
Always play Bishop F8. Don't do what Donnie doesn't.
Oh, you do it for a living? You're a musician?
Giannis is a really good musician considering he's not a musician. He can play several instruments very well and he sings really well. Ridiculous. I don't understand it. This guy's very unethical.
You like to listen to Queen when you play chess. Reminds you to protect your queen.
Yeah, he actually lost on time once when he was listening to Queen because he decided in the middle of the game to go ride a bicycle. It was weird. I don't even know who you're talking about.
It's kind of weird, but
happened.
that was a song that popped into my head before I even heard the joke. We are the champions. All right. Karen favorite opera. I don't really know opera a whole lot.
One time when I lived in Detroit before you were born, our backyard, it had I mean, it was absurd. Like, it wasn't even grass anymore. I don't even know it was like a forest, and you couldn't cut it with a lawnmower. I'm serious. I haven't gotten to the joke part yet. This is serious. Yeah, the joke part's coming, but I haven't gotten to the joke part yet. Our backyard was like, it was like grass was taller than me. That's not a joke. Okay, so the next part's not a joke either. I'll get to the joke part in a second. And so we had to cut the grass. We had to buy a sickle. If you know what I'm talking about. This isn't a joke. I'm not kidding. I haven't gotten to the joke part yet. You're laughing before the joke
I
is
never
coming.
know somebody get mad when they're laughed
Yeah.
at.
Right. No, but I mean, you think I'm making a joke. I'm not. Okay. Anyway, so we went to the store to buy a sickle. Now we're getting to the joke part. And the guy said, who's cutting? Is it a man or a woman? And I said, I don't know. So he gave us a bicycle. What?
That's right, Rupert.
That's right. Who? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Also, everything I said before bicycle was true. Everything. Man, we had the long.
It's not even true.
People wouldn't cut our grass because they'd look and they're like, I
We
can't
don't
cut
even have
that.
grass.
No. I'm in Detroit.
Oh.
I said in Detroit before you were born. That's how I started it. Yeah, we had.
Still.
I mean,
You showed me the house, and you talked about the grass.
that was the house. Yeah, I lived in more than one place in Detroit, but that was.
You told me about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Twitchy. That's Archer. So I said somebody's here.
Yeah. Hey, it's Andrei Tarkovsky. Is he your favorite Russian director?
What's he directed?
He directed a movie called The Stalker, which has the subtitle The Zone. Do you believe me or I'm making it up?
It seems made up.
Nope.
Just because it was so mundane.
Nope. That's what it was. Yeah. That is a real film. Yeah, that's by Tarkovsky. Yeah, that movie's very strange.
Oh, you have that movie.
The highlight of the movie is a dog barking. There's not a lot of dialogue in the movie. There's not a lot, but the dog barking that then things sort of heated up because with some noise. Yeah, I saw that when I was a child. Not a good movie if you're a child. Not good. Yeah.
So, which was stranger, that or the one that's always sort of the...
No, nothing stranger than the one we saw. We need therapy for that. Santa Sangre. I mean, Eraserhead is weird, but Santa Sangre. Santa Sangre is like, I don't know what world I'm in. Santa Sangre reminds me of the time at the doctor's office in St. Louis. I was done with the exam and they said, go over there and they're going to take blood for whatever, blood work. And I was sitting there in the chair and they took blood and I passed out. And when I woke up, I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know who I was, what room I was in. I didn't know anything. And I was like, what's happening? Like, if you asked me what my name was, I wouldn't have known. And the nurse said, Ben, Mr. Feingold. I'm like, oh, I'm Ben Feingold. Okay. And I'm giving blood. All right. But I mean, I've never been so confused when frankly, ridiculous. Pictoons, that was like watching Santa Sangre. God damn. Knife F5 subscribed. Oh, I forgot my night was oh my God.
You're going to join the lecture tomorrow, the Barack Obama? Well, good.
What's the Russian movie that's shot in one take and they show the museum in Leningrad or St. Petersburg? The whole movie's just one take. What movie am I talking about? I'm talking about something.
I mean, they've done that.
Russian Ark. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, or something. Yeah. Wait, Hermitage. Well, Hermitage is the Yeah, Hermitage is the museum, but the name of the movie. Yeah. Yeah, it was shot in one take, and they were really worried that the camera would fog up and you couldn't see because it was really cold. And they already shot like most of the movie. So if they got to that and you couldn't see, they were like, yeah, but it worked out okay. Oh, it's my move? I thought it was his move.
Yeah. I've never known anybody that didn't know that you pause the clock when you get the TD and still in shock. Spencer announces that every tournament is right.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm 12-0. Hey, I'm in first. I'm 12-0.
Sad Bishop is sad.
It's Spencer. Go Spencer, but stay there. I didn't know Spencer was playing in the
I
tournament.
didn't either.
Yeah.
He was in the stream log. I forgot it was even a tournament.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, so I'll probably do the class, the Rock Obama, and then Wednesday night's my karaoke night
Mm-hmm.
because Carl is there. Carl's the man.
He is a man.
He needs some teeth added back in
Tooth hurts.
to his head. But other than that, can't fault the man. Hey, Ein 374, thank you. Am I a Burt Reynolds fan? I mean, I'm not against Burt Reynolds. Like when I was a child, I saw Smokey and the Bandit. Loved him in that. What was that movie he was in? Where Demi Moore had those fake tits. Striptease. Was he in Striptease?
I didn't see Striptease.
Or maybe he was
I don't think he was in Striptease.
He was in like
He was in Archer. The television
whatever
show.
movie
the
that
cartoon.
was in, he was good in that. I thought it was Striptease. But
Didn't see it.
yeah, he's all right. He was in
He's all right.
He was in Striptease.
Didn't see it.
I forgot he was in Boogie Nights. Yeah, he's been in some things.
Oh yeah,
I
he was in
liked.
Boogie Nights. Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in some things I like. He was the centerfold for Cosmopolitan, I believe.
Yeah, but so was Yasser Serowan.
Oh, well, maybe I'm.
Yasser was
Merging the two
Yasser was the
stories.
Bachelor of the Month.
I forgot about that.
I didn't think he was completely losing after King H1 Rick G1, but all right.
Oh, Ben loves Mike Tyson Mystery Stores.
I won. Spencer let me win. Yeah, Mike Tyson
You wanna
Mysteries
know? I
is,
missed the whole thing.
and I told Spencer about Mike Tyson Mysteries, and he said, "Man, this is great." It's great. One of the first episodes, one of the first few, is Mike Tyson knocks out Kasparov. It wasn't played by the actual Kasparov, but it's still funny.
No, I have a positive.
Yeah, I've seen every Mike Tyson Mysteries. Frankly, delicious.
I also have a positive score against my children.
All right, for $1 trillion,
Mm-hmm.
say my opponent's name.
Your opponent's
Huh?
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. Summer Tighter Hesh.
What's going on? Why isn't this updating? Okay, wow, that took like 30 seconds. Yeah, look at that name. God damn. Solemn bitch. That is correct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a bit of lag.
Yeah, he was great in Deliverance, Burt Reynolds. That's his best movie. Did you see Deliverance?
No.
Because you know why you should see that? Because you got a purty mouth.
Hey, you could probably refresh that and catch up.
Yeah, it's funny because that was Ned Beatty's first movie, and he was raped. And they only shot that scene once because they didn't want to.
Yes,
You
it's,
know, they
it's within like 3 seconds now.
Yeah, well, I refreshed. Yeah. Yeah, Ned Beatty's great.
Yeah, I need to see it. I need to see Deliverance. That's embarrassing. I haven't
It's
seen
really good.
it.
Yeah.
It just makes me seem
Burt Reynolds
like,
is good. Yeah.
um,
Burt Reynolds was good in Archer in the cartoon.
an uncultured person.
Karen is old enough to see Deliverance? Maybe, yeah.
I know. I've heard some
Mm-hmm.
about some scenes. Maximus.
But Karen should see it because she's got a pretty mouth.
Is Burt Reynolds Robin?
No.
Hey, Reese Scorpio 80.
That's Burt Ward. That's what he was thinking of. Burt Ward was Robin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me sing a song to you.
Did Burt Reynolds die? Is there a reason?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he died
When did he die?
2 years ago.
I didn't even know he died.
Something.
Well,
Burt Ward.
I just saw something.
This
I
song
didn't
writes
know he
itself.
died.
Yeah.
What did he die of? I
He
forgot he
was
died.
like 86. He was in his 80s. Yeah.
Really? I didn't know he said Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds.
Something.
I didn't
Burt
know he
Ward.
died already.
Oh yeah, he was in The Longest Yard. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Is Lonnie Anderson still alive?
Yes.
She has. No, I just. I'm not laughing because Burt died. It's.
Hey Siri, what year did Burt Reynolds die? I think it was 2 years
Died.
ago.
Burt Reynolds died September 6th, 2018 at age 82 in Jupiter.
September 6th, my birthday. So he died 3 years ago almost. On my birthday.
I didn't know.
Oh yeah, you knew when it happened.
I know. No, I mourned it. I'm sure, but I'm not a super fan.
That's almost funny trying to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I gotta watch the newest Fam Guy, according to Spencer.
I see what you're up to.
Yeah, he was good in Boogie Nights. Yeah, he was really good in Deliverance. And he was fabulous.
Well, I'm gonna watch that
Fabulous.
immediately.
Oh yeah, I've watched it like 3 times. I'll
I'm
watch
gonna
it
watch
again.
the first part tonight.
Oh.
You know, tomorrow's a school day. I guess I have to leave. I mean, there's really nothing going on with their school right now.
I'm playing Spencer again. I have to
Justifying my bad.
tomorrow. I have to
Mommy,
play in
this.
what's it called? What am I playing in tomorrow? Arena Kings.
You have to come up here. Burt Reynolds was good on Jeopardy. Is that real? With Sean Connery?
They're talking about
Chappelle?
No.
Oh.
They're talking
There's no
about
skit?
Saturday Night Live. When,
Oh, Saturday Night Live.
yeah, that was I forgot the guy's name, but give me like a minute.
It's an SNL thing. Okay, yeah.
The guy who played Burt Reynolds is a famous comedian. Norm Macdonald played Burt Reynolds. Yeah, he was really good. Pretty good. Yeah.
You're angry that Arena Kings isn't at night.
It is at night if you live in not the U.S. Then it's at night, like Europe and Asia and such, mainly and such. Look how boring our game is. Who would like this position because it's so boring?
I guess Boar.
Right, Niels Bohr.
I know about Niels. That was the first C I ever made my whole life was in chemistry.
So what you're saying is you don't know much about chemistry?
Well, they made me take the compressed chemistry. I did not feel. I tested out, and they said I should take the compressed chemistry because I made a really high placement score from some dumb Alabama high school class. I test well, right? And I knew I did not know chemistry well enough to be doing an advanced placement chemistry. So it was.
Is that why we
too
have
hard
such
for
good
me.
chemistry?
It was just too hard for me. I knew that wasn't correct. I should have just done the regular chemistry.
Not the irregular chemistry?
Yeah, but we had to learn Bohr's model. And I forgot now why. And I remember it was really like pages long. Terrible. Turd Ferguson thing. What does that mean?
Turd Ferguson is Burt Reynolds in that skit.
Oh. Well, I'll have to look at that one.
No, those are all hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Darn, I guess I have to go.
When you gotta go, you gotta go. Well, I'm playing Spencer? Terrible.
I'm going to wait till the end of this game.
Yeah, both sides stand badly. But mainly I do because
He's
check
got
your
that passed pawn there.
Yeah,
That's a little scary.
pandemonium.
Got his queen in there.
Oh yeah, rook takes e3, huh? Yeah, all right.
That's looking a little scary now.
The only thing scary is how slow I play.
You still have more time than him.
It is scary, but how slow I play is scary.
Yeah, the game's is, exciting.
Yeah, my position is very bad. Michael Jackson even said it was bad. You know it.
Man, and the pawn just keeps coming.
Pandemonium. Yep. Too much time or position.
Yay.
Draw by reputation.
Yay, that was really tense.
Yeah, we both had less than a second. Yeah.
GG's Fenson's goddamn. Yeah, that was really tense.
Yeah, I misplayed the rook and pawn ending quite badly. I made like 8 mistakes.
Yeah, I mean there was no time. Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat. I didn't dare utter a sound.
You can utter a sound.
I didn't even want to utter a sound.
Yeah, it's a blitz game. Yeah, I was much worse than I was winning, and then I threw it all away and so forth. Mainly and so forth.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm gonna go.
You're so excited.
I have to go home. Good night, everybody.
Bye, sweetie. See you soon. I'll see you soon. You want to take some food home?
Do you know what I am gonna take home?
Hmm.
Archer ordered some kind of. It looks like cheese kind of.
Yeah, it was some pasta dish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Holden is gonna. I don't even know why I got that. But Holden's gonna be all over that. So
Yeah.
I'll take that home. But I'm good otherwise. Take the food. I'll eat it.
There's 127 players. There's 16 minutes left in the tournament. So far, I'm severely in first. I'm 11 points ahead of 2 people, if you can call them people. Ed 101010 subscribe. Hooray! Also, the train can start now. If you guys want to start another train. Man, I'm gonna need a bandage for my arm for taking all his pieces. Hurts. It's like a Hertz donut. Takes, captures, etc.
Have you ever seen such a big dick?
God, I thought you said you ever seen such a big, and then you said did, and I was like, what? I was like, damn. Yeah. God damn. Traveling Chef 78. I thought you were quoting Reservoir Dogs there. Hence, like a virgin. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I thought she was talking about Senator Dick Durbin. Ta-da. I don't see mate, even though I have like 7 pieces on his king. Oh, maybe I see mate now. Didn't see that move. Let's see. That's probably a good start. And then I should have mate in 1. I guess D3 is not mate.
Hey, they're permanently closing the branch of Bank of America in Tunis.
Which one? The one near us? Or the one that's up there?
Yeah, 1329 Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh, that's the one near us. I don't have mate in 1? Wow.
Well, I mean, what do I do about my safety deposit?
Yeah. I can't believe I don't have mate in 1. I've never been so mad. It's crazy I don't have mate in 1. Wow. I'm looking for mate in 2 now. The only mate in 2 I see is knight a3, rook b4. Oh, rook b4 is not mate. I can't even find mate in 2. There's like a dozen mate in 2s. I just can't find one.
Say when?
Say when?
Oh, August 24th. Okay, so this is.
This is crazy. I can't find a mate in 2. Jesus. I guess queen c6 is mate in 2. Yeah, okay. Queen c6. Well, he could play bishop a5. Wow, bishop a5. This is insane. This is unbelievable. I can't find mate in 2. I'm going to go back and find a mate in 2. Man, that's amazing. I don't have a mate in 2. There's no mate in 2 here. Wow, there's no mate in 2 or mate in 1. There's a lot of mates in 3. This is one of the mates in 3s. But I have to take with the pawn and then play knight takes mate after king c5. Yeah, knight d8 check I didn't see here. That's the only mate in 2 here is knight d8 check. I just missed it. Man, that's crazy. Man. All right, 10 minutes left in the tournament. Man, there's no mate in 2. I did play D3. Man, I can't believe there was no mate in 1 or 2. Wow. That's crazy. Man, there was no mate in 2. Huh? Frankly, ridiculous. All right, we got 129 players. Bye, Archer. Man, am I hungry. And then some. I ordered from this, what's that soup called when it's ramen? I ordered it from a ramen place, and they have several vegan options. And I got ramen soup, and then I got like 2 tiny appetizers, like 2 tacos this big, and some vegan bao that's really small. And I couldn't finish the soup, and I didn't eat the appetizers. And then Karen took one of the tacos. It was like 1 bite, the taco, and she was full after that. Ridiculous. So I have a taco left, some soup, and a bao. Yeah. I tried to shake this guy's hand, and he saw it, and he took a bow. Bow, wow, wow, yippee, yo, yippee, yay. In the house. It ain't easy being Snoop D-O-double G, that's for sure. No soup for you. I'm the best streamer on Twitch. What, you see me in the bathroom? What's going on here? All right, castle and avoid a hassle. We're finishing up a tournament. It's a 90-minute event, arena, 3-minute games. And there's 8 minutes left. So you can actually still get in and play a game or 2. You can do whatever you like. Yeah. My position is so nice. Took a shot earlier. I don't have lice. I can do whatever I like. Yeah. What happened? R Grant 4044 subscribed. Head lice. Bart and Lisa Simpson report to the office for a head lice inspection. That was funny. You should take this and this. Oops. I was going to take on E6. I changed my mind. It's Karen.
All right, bye.
Bye, sweetie. Are you tired like a grandmaster?
I'm tired. It's been a hard 3 days for me.
Yeah.
Taxes, all the shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Don't forget the airs and the chess pieces. They already did that? Good. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be playing in the Arena Kings, I guess. I guess it's at 1 Eastern. I mean, yay. And then tomorrow at 7 I have my Zoom class. Yeah. You can sign up in person or Zoom or whatever. I don't want to play the dragon because his name's Heal Dragon. So definitely can't do that. F3, never play F3. Boo. I don't know. Let's see. I guess here, play movie doesn't know. I don't know anything after knight takes C6 DC. That's like the end of my prep. I just find it silly. You can go to Twitter, my Discord, or the website for our chess center and sign up. atlchessclub.com/events. You can go to the Chess Club and Scholastic Center's Twitter feed or my Twitter feed, or you can go to my Discord. And whatever you do, you can sign up for everything. Also, you can type !class. It has the wrong information, but the right way to sign up. So there's basically almost an infinite way to do it. Or you could do nothing. You know nothing. You see nothing. Let's see. I'll just keep attacking it. That'll show him. Get rid of my double pawns. You could do whatever you like. I guess he wants my knight. Can't blame him. Let's see. Sack a piece. Always sack a piece. The audience has rights. Fee and cut out my bishop. Do we get a discount if we're a sub here? What? You get a discount if you're a member of our chess club, our physical chess club. That's how you get the discount. But this is still theory, by the way. I don't know. Guess I'll go here. I can do whatever I like. Yeah. This guy's not as bad as he plays. I can't find a move that's playable at all. It's probably not good. Always retreat. Let's see what's going up. Is there any for me to join? Yeah, you can join now. Yeah. Always type !join to join any tournament. All right, what happened? He played knight f3, not knife f3. Let's see here. Then he could trade queens. Yeah, that's fine. I was trading queens before he was born, which is true. Got to win that piece down ending. All we are saying is give that piece down ending a chance. All we are saying, give that piece down ending a chance. Ah, you don't want it. All right. Damn, he took back. I hate when they do that. There's good and there's not good. My position's not good. My time management's not good. My play's bad. And whatever else is funny. Yay, I caught up on time. Okay, goal 1 achieved. Caught up on time. All we are saying is something dark side. Something complete. What happened? Oh yeah. Let's see. Takes. Give peace a chance. There's a big fight for second. 3 players could get second, third, fourth. 1800, 2000, another 1800. All right, I guess. Well, I'm playing the Tarkovsky guy. Let's see. Game's gonna end in 20 seconds, huh? Yeah, all right. Yay, first place. And then some. Oh, we got a clear second and a clear third. Oh, that's good. Was it a clear third or was it a tie and then they gave him third? Let's see. No, it was clear. Clear fourth. Clear fifth. Wow, top five, nobody, there was no ties. 139 players. But how are my tie breaks? That's all I care about. Thaddeus did pretty well. He won his last 4 games and tied for 11th. Winning your last 4 is fun. Gregory Lars got second. He won his last 7 games. And then 2 players, 35th and 36th place, won their last 5 games. Although one is 2100. So seems reasonable. Mike Saylor did terribly, so he only played 6 games and he gave up. DTO Poker, 4.5 out of 19. I've seen worse. Can't remember when. But. National Master played 3 games, and that was it. The Golden King 0-1. Another National Master played 1 game, and that was it. All right, he won. Perfect score. I don't know how Spencer did. Let's see. Spencer had at least 10 points. So let me find him. Oh, we are safe. There he is. Spencer got 9.5 out of 11. He lost to me. He drew me, and he won the other 9 games. And he tied for 22nd with people who played a lot more games than he did. He must have entered late. That's all the chess for today. I was just going to talk to the chat and talk about another train. I think we should have had a train like a long time ago, but we didn't. What's good? What's really good? It's Riley's basketball stream. Jafari gifted a sub. Hooray. Thank you. What was my score? It's already gone. I had clicked everything out. I'll never know. Well, a long time ago. Let's see. 1 cent to do from Combopulous Michael. I was the only one to even get a draw against you. Yeah. That was exciting too. Lag subscribed, but it was a lag. Why do you like chess? Why does anybody like anything? Yeah. Sorry to whomever I flagged. Yeah, I know how I did. Yeah. All we are saying. And the first tournament I did well too, because of my full concentration. 800 played 30 games. How do you think Morphy compares with Chigorin? Wow, Chigorin's terrible. Morphy's great. The Steinitz Chigorin World Championship match is probably the worst World Championship match I ever played, and the level of the games. And if I'm right, one of the games somebody got mated in less than 10 moves. I'm not even sure which one it was. Yeah, the level of play in the Steinitz Chigorin World Championship match was frankly ridiculous. Yeah. LJ Gonzi subscribed to tier 3. Yay, that's like 50 subs. Not really, but it's like 5 subs. That I'm serious about. It costs you 5 subs of tier 1 to get a tier 3 sub. He hung mate in 2-1 game. Yeah, that wasn't good. Yeah. Guess how many you won? 0. It was either 0 or 10. I had to go one way or the other. Fleetwood Max had to go my own way. New York Attorney General investigating Trump in criminal capacity and civil probe. That's funny, trying to learn the kindness of stranger. That's funny. Got that streetcar joke in. It's good. Yeah, I gotta watch the new Family Guy later. Go, Ben, go! Go, LJ Ganzi! Combopulous Michael! 20 centijuice! Hooray! Yeah, when they hang their queen, you take it. Yay, 30 centijuice. It's Ballroom Blitz. No, I'm not coming to Vegas. Karen and I are going to Chicago, and then we're going to Philadelphia for the World Open, and Archer's going to come to Philadelphia with us. Grunge War, 200 centijuice. Hooray! Let's get to level 5 for the only time in my stream. There has to be one time. You can ask Dominic. He's always asking for the one time. Well, the Chicago Open is in Wheeling. I've been scoping out the vegan restaurants that are within, some distance. LJ Ganzi gave 20 subs. God damn. And he subscribed for himself at tier 3. So that's like 80 subs. I mean, that's fantastic. Stonkfish subscribed. Hooray. Thanks, Stonkfish. 22 Canard Street gifted a sub. Hooray. Bishop takes. What else? 300 centijuice. Thanks, LJ Ganzi. You're the best. Not the cheap Zero wants a sub. He's begging. What was in the briefcase? That's called the MacGuffin. Look up MacGuffin and Alfred Hitchcock. High Power 8, 1 cent to do. You happy? Yeah, we happy. Is that 629, Jafari? Usually it's 629. Hooray. Would you eat a vegan cheesecake in Philly? If they have them, yeah. 100 centijuice. Vegan cheesesteak do exist. What do I think of Alpha Zero? I never think of Alpha Zero. I guess nothing. Yeah, I've been to Hip City Veg. That wasn't far from the old place. I think there's more than one location, though. But it was about a 6-minute walk from where the World Open was 2 years ago. So I went there like 3 or 4 times. Not the cheapo subscribed. Good, good. Somebody give Owen Cost a sub. He's a poor college kid. Alpha Zero spends all of its time thinking of me. How much was the gaming chair? I don't know. Karen bought it. It was a present. But I guess about 500. I don't know because MBass TTV subscribed. When's the Chicago Open? May 26th to June 1st. Or maybe it's just May 26th to May 31st. Yeah. June 1st is when we fly back. I mean, I'm in Wheeling, so I'm not going anywhere. I've eaten on Devon Avenue plenty of times, but I'm in Wheeling. I'm not in Chicago. Bishop Takes gifted a sub. Thank you to Owen. Yeah. What is the Chicago Open? Well, in this instance, it's a chess tournament. Yeah, I've been to Reading Terminal many times because the World Open 2 years in a row was next to it. And they have some vegan stuff, more than you probably know. They actually have a vegan place that's only to go. So what I mean is, I don't mean it's to go like, because all the places are to go. It's like you make the food. They like sell you food, and then you have to like cook it and put together. It's weird. It's not food, then you eat it. It's like a market, which is strange. I guess it's a market, but still. Yay! I got a new emote. I'm the best. 8 subs, 1,200 bits. Lies. We got many more subs. There's a lot of vegan places everywhere. Yeah. Hyderabad House near the hotel in Wheeling. Oh, I didn't know that. Cool. 15 minutes from Wheeling. Yeah. Well, you should come to the tournament, hang out, see me and Karen, etc. It's a grocery store with extra steps. That's right. Good Rick and Morty reference. Yeah. There will be no more chess. Can you do the same? I can do the same, but I'm not going to do the same. Yeah, I mean, Reading Terminal has a lot of. They have an Indian place that's not bad, and it says this is vegan and that's vegan. They're probably lying, but they say that things are vegan in the Reading Terminal. But yeah, that's too far from where the new tournament is. Yeah. Slavery jokes? Did I make a slavery joke or somebody else did? If I did, I didn't know I did. I'm not saying I haven't in the past. I'm just saying I don't remember making one. What's my routine? I have no routine. Yeah, I take selfies with fans all the time. Best Indian Philly. I went to a very good Indian place in Philly, but I don't remember what the name was. It was like 3 or 4 blocks from the hotel last time. It was fancy. It was nice. Yay. Rick and Morty? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's slavery with extra steps. Right, yeah. Yeah, I forgot, yeah. No, we're off Chess TV. It's like we're off sugar. Terrible. The slavery joke I know isn't a joke. When 12 Years a Slave came out in the theaters, I saw it. And I was going with someone, and I told this story already. And I went to the ticket counter, and there were like 2 of us, and it was 12 Years a Slave, so I got confused. And I said, 2 years a slave. I mean 2 for 12 Years a Slave. And the woman at the ticket counter said, the one who gave the ticket, she said, 2 years a slave, that's not bad. Can't make that movie. That actually happened. Yeah. I was somewhat surprised. Would you rather play tennis or chess against the Stafford? What? I might have played doubles against Eric Rosen. It might have been Rosen and Mike Klein versus me and Dan Lucas. But I don't remember if it was Rosen. But it might have been because we were all there. Yeah. Kanon Lee is gifting a sub. Also, they made slavery jokes on Futurama because they were slaves. And so when the Egyptian place, and they were delivering something, and then they made them slaves. And then, what's his name? Fry said, the worst part about being a slave? You work and you don't get paid. And then Leela said, that's the only thing about being a slave. And she was furious. Yeah. Bender was really into it, though. Bender was impressed. Yeah. Probably not. I'm going to raid either Chess Coach or Canty. I haven't decided yet. Felix Frias gifted a sub. There were slaves in another episode of Futurama. When Hermes went on a vacation, they tricked everybody who went there. It was just to make them work. So they were like doing work, and then Hermes was explaining to the guy, to make people work faster, you should do this and this, because he's what does he do? He's whatever he does. I can't think of the name because I can't think of names. Yeah. No, we're not going to go to the WSOP, and we want to, because we're planning on going to Dubai, so we can't do both for the World Championship. Yeah. I've been trying. Now, Benjamin Buck's too good to play me. There's no reason to do that. Slurm is good. Bureaucrat, that's right. Yeah, I guess you could call them slaves when the cats hypnotize them. Yeah, I guess. The Slurm episode had slavery? I don't know. They didn't pay those guys? I guess maybe they were. Huh. Man, tough show. Yeah. Huh. Dun-dun-dun. Oh yeah, Archer runs everything. The Omicronians did enslave Earth. That's right. Damn, I didn't realize that. So, a friend of mine once told me, we're like every episode of Futurama has slavery somehow. A friend of mine told me every episode of Family Guy, the purpose of the episode is eventually to get Peter naked. Peter Griffin is naked in a lot of Family Guys. A lot. Usually not the whole episode, but for a few seconds, in almost every Family Guy, Peter's naked, which is weird because that's not, you don't want that. Yeah. MIT's good, expensive. Yeah. Yeah, just watch Family Guy and watch for Peter to be naked. It's going to happen. Yeah. Which is weird because, terrible. I like when those kids were drunk because they put alcohol in the lemonade or something, and the kid's like, your chin looks like balls. Yeah, that was great. They got him good. Brooklyn Nine-Nine. All right, you guys are getting bored of me here, so time to raid somebody. Can anybody find me somebody to raid? Dun, 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 dun. All right, see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. I'll be doing Arena Kings, and then at 7 p.m. I have a lecture, and type !class. Go to atlchessclub.com/events. Go to my Twitter. Go to the Chess Center's Twitter. Go to my Discord, and you'll see all the information for signing up. All right, see you tomorrow.